is Ricco Rejnholdt Krog, and you are designer or design director now here at Lego. For what are you responsible?
I'm both responsible for Lego Creator and Lego Classic.
What's your history? So we spoke a little bit before the interview, and you told me you was not born as a design director. So how was your way to come to Lego and then becoming the director?
Sure. I've been at Lego for 22 years, and I originally started as a designer. So having hands-on building models, getting products into the store, doing minifigures, graphics, and all the stuff that makes a good product. I'm originally educated as a mechanic engineer, but at some point, back 22 years ago, Lego needed somebody that could both do design but also do prototypes in the workshop. So handling a milling machine and a lathe and drilling a hole and stuff like that. At that time, we didn't have 3D printers, so you had to, if you wanted a new Lego piece, you had to go do a prototype yourself. So that's sort of the way I got in, and then I worked on various different products and projects, and at some point, I had a good opinion on some things, and then somebody came by and said, "No, since you're screaming so loud anyway, you might as well be the one that sort of make the decisions." And that's sort of the way I got to become a director in the end, right?
So you're not only, or yet now you are not playing with the bricks anymore, but you get the ready project on your table and then say okay or not, or what's working, how you are working as a director.
Sure. We are a design team of I think 10 designers right now. So we do a lot of brainstorming together and write on the walls and do sketches, and then we build a lot of concept models. And actually, there I still have my hands in the dirt, if you like. I still build a lot of concept models. But when it comes to making sure that a 6-year-old or 8-year-old can build the product, that a building instruction is made, a box photo is taken, and so on, then it's a designer that takes over. So I sort of hand my concept or very sketchy model over to a designer saying, I want something that looks a little bit like this. Could you please make sure that it fulfills all the requirements about safety and quality and stuff like that as well. So I still have my hands in the dirt, but I can't point at a model in the store saying, I build exactly that. Every stone of that is something I put together. It's the team that does all the hard work, yes.
But it all starts with brainstorming. Also thinking about what we can do. For example, for a ferry area and so on, we want this or that. So everyone has free of mind, or is there from Lego some things, or this year you have to make this and this, or is there more freedom?
There's a lot of freedom. We are a core team that is sort of in charge of each of the product lines. So in our case, Creator and Classic. So it's the core team that consists of a design director, that would be me. Then there's a marketing director, making sure that we can sell it in the different markets. And then there's a project director, making sure we have facilities and chairs and enough resources and stuff like that. And we are the ones responsible for the product line. So we're the ones that should come to the management and say, we suggest for 2018 that we should do this. But in order for us to do so, of course, we need some ideas, and we are not the ones necessarily coming up with the good ideas. That's the design team. So that's why we do a lot of brainstorming, a lot of chit-chat, a lot of talking, a lot of drawing, a lot of, sketch building, and then, we discard some ideas, and other ideas we come and propose to the management team saying, we think Creator or Classic should do this next year. And when we also go asking some of the consumers, or the children, what do you think about our new ideas? And, sometimes they don't think so good about our ideas, and sometimes they absolutely love it. And that's also what our recommendations is based off, of course.
So I've read you have also 2 children in your house.
Yes.
And they are involved. So they have ideas and say, Dad, please make this. I want to have this next year or in 2 years to play with.
Of course, it's nice to have sort of 2 children very close that I can ask, what do you think about this color? Or what do you think about this car or this creature, whatever it is. But when it comes to really validating whether this is right, then we travel the world. So we go to China, we go to the US, we go to Germany, and we ask, focus groups that, can give us some valid input on what is good and what is not so good.
When you are going back to your desk tomorrow, for which year you are now responsible for projects? Is it 2019 or 2020 also now, or how long is the period?
Yeah, we are working sort of in 3 years. We have something on the market right now. There's novelties coming out in 2018. Of course, we are sort of having a look out whether they're doing good or bad. Then we are sort of putting the finished touches on something for 2019. And we are sort of starting a little bit up, talking about what should we do for 2020. So we are constantly in working in 3 different years.
What's your highlight from the Classic series and also the Creator series this year, 2018? I think you have to think back of 2 years before, but what's your highlight of this year we get and you can talk about?
I think there's a lot of new products. We have some of them standing over here that I think is very, very fun to play with. That's like the robot standing right next to, where I think we try to do something a little bit different than we normally do on Creator by adding a light brake and doing a tracked robot. So that is one of my highlights. We also have a space shuttle coming out, which I think is really cool. Then we have some of the houses where we added this modularity to the houses that not only can you shift sort of the different floors around, but you can also shift the doors and windows around. So you can really sort of be creative with your model without taking it completely apart. So you don't have to break it down bit by bit. You can still change the look of the model.
And I think something also is very complicated, I would think about, is what we see here is the dinos, where you get 3 completely different dinos with the same set of Lego bricks. Was this, am I right that it's complicated, or was it easy?
It's always a little bit complicated, of course, because then you build something that you think looked really cool, and then you want to build. You have an idea of building something else, and then you sit in there thinking, "Oh, I missed 2 wheels. I didn't have those in the first model." So it's constantly a little bit back and forth between, should we alter the A model, if you like, a little bit because I want to make sure that I can do what I want for B model, or should I discard the B model completely and do something completely different? But Creator is all about showing the consumers and the children out there that you can build from the same set of bricks. You can build different things. That's really what we want to enforce by having the 3-in-1 logo on there as well.
Okay. Thank you. I think when I ask what will the highlight next year, no answer, right?
Yeah, completely true.
Sorry. Okay, but thank you. I tried. Okay. So thank you very much. Very nice models here, and so we have to wait what will come next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.